Good evening and welcome to the Golden Pot. The Golden Pot is a show where we listen to the brave stories of some Nigerians, under-supported Nigerians currently cannot afford to gain education due to lack of fees, the widows and less privileged that cannot afford their daily meal. On today's show, I have a co-host.
Grace Echeta.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I hope we enjoy today's show.
Looking forward.
We're just having a conversation. It's a new show, right? We're having a conversation, but today's topic is a very, very crucial topic. So do you mind letting us know who our guest today is?
Okay. Well, introducing the only female presidential candidate in the just concluded Nigerian presidential election under the National Interest Party. She's an author of The Girl Who Said I Can. This is the book right here. She's a devoted wife and a lawyer. Please introduce yourself properly.
Thank you so much, Grace. My name is Eunice Atwejide. I am a lawyer and I'm also a consultant in the IT and procurement business.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm a mom. Yes, and indeed I ran for the presidency in Nigeria in these just concluded general elections. And yeah, here I am. So fire on, ladies.
You're welcome. You're welcome
Thank
to the
you.
show.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, before you go on, I must tell you, I was so impressed the way she was in the recent concluded Ohanes and Digo.
Okay.
Yeah, they had in the Westminster's Parliament. She had a talk there that blew me up. That was why I said we must bring her to this show today.
Thank you, Alan.
Yes,
You're
and then
welcome.
I hope you all know about our topic, which is domestic violence and sexual abuse.
Yeah.
We will not use the other word, the rape word here,
Yeah.
but the sexual abuse goes a long way.
Yes.
So that's what the topic for today is. And then Grace, you wanna take it on?
Yes. You were the chairman of your party,
Yes.
as well as presidential candidate. How was the funds raised? We all know what Nigeria is. So, how was it transparent? How was the fund raised?
The first thing you have to understand is that Nigeria is a very peculiar environment when it comes to politics. And for those of us who are too familiar with how things are done in the West, it was a huge shock. But I'm also a very flexible person, and whenever I go to do anything, I go there with an open mind. So I went in there truly ready for whatever was coming. So we were able to adjust quickly. Myself and most of the people in my party are young people as well. So it didn't take us long. We didn't have to debate it too much to quickly change tactics or change direction and make decisions quickly. So yes, I am the national chairman of NIP, and I also ran for the presidency under the party. But you have to understand that I didn't set out to run for the presidency when we started the party. We were creating a party that was going to host good Nigerians. We wanted the best of Nigeria to come through our party and contest for positions. Men, women, young, whatever. Age was not an issue. It was just the quality. However, as things were turning out, and then they now reduced the age. I wasn't in the 40-year-old bracket before, but then they reduced the age, so it became 35 for you to be able to run. And then the people who were negotiating with Showore and everybody, they were just doing their thing, and it wasn't really about bringing everybody together. So we thought, okay, let's at least put our voice in the pot. You're good with pot. Let's let's get our voices out there. Let's go in there and speak to our people, and as much as possible, get them to support us. Let us see if we can get positions of power. We had people running in different positions: National Assembly, State Assembly, me, the presidency. Yes, you had gubernatorial candidates. We had a lot of people. So. Transparency, yes, we didn't have a problem with transparency because most of the funding actually came from private ports. Like a lot of us gave up our houses, our cars, our daily comforts to fund what we were doing. We didn't get money from the public in the sense that you would expect would happen in the West. Like everybody would put in what they have, their £1, their 20p, you know, but we didn't have that. So it was basically me and some of the other party members who said, okay, we can't stop. So let's keep going, and whatever we have to put out, let's put it out there. A lot of us sold their houses, their cars, their... In fact, most of us came out of it completely penniless because we thought, put it all in, and whatever comes out of it, we deal with it. We're never afraid of starting again. That's the luck I have. A lot of the people in our teams are young people and very... you know, confident in themselves kind of people. So it was not a huge fear that we give up all the things we have already earned up to this age. We just look at it like it will take us another 10 years and we'll build it even double.
Cutting short on that.
Yes.
Most of these political, the chairmen of these parties, they already have an intention.
Yes.
We'll form a party, kick it off. At the end, we'll sell it out. Because you know, CUPP was formed eventually, and there was a rumor that yes, you guys were giving some money by article. How possible and how true is it?
It's not true at all. Like, you have to understand one thing. Somebody like me now, the strongest thing about me is my voice. If I start collecting money from politicians, I lose that voice. And if I'm not able to just get out there and say whatever it is that is on my mind, I'm not Eunice anymore. I'm anything else but Eunice. So I wouldn't even take that kind of risk where I support or agree with even my own people to go and sell out our own right. That's the only opportunity we have to stay in there and speak our mind and speak for the numerous Nigerians that have been abandoned and ignored and are suffering. The opportunity we have to go and speak, we give it up by collecting money and keeping quiet. I wouldn't be part of that. So we didn't do that in the NIP. We truly went into that coalition believing that we would have an opportunity. I actually thought that I would end up with at least VP, if not in
Wow.
So absolutely no money was given.
No money was given, and I didn't go in there for money's sake at all.
So what was the challenges as a woman?
The worst of the challenges for me as a woman was the fact that people didn't take me seriously. Like, I had to work extra hard and travel extra far, and in the very tiny little resources we had to achieve, like, we had to cover much more ground in order for people to start to even see that they mean business, so maybe we should even listen to them. And unfortunately, we are not a team of non-entities. We actually have a lot of people who are committed to the project Nigeria and who have studied the problems and have a clear idea of what they should do to make things better. So whenever they give us the opportunity and we speak with them, oh my God, then you find that you at least converted a few people. So the worst of my problems was not being taken seriously. Much worse than not having money, because even without the money, the little we could do in the small communities, we would go and do.
And then,
you know,
because you were diasporan when you went in and joined.
Yeah, but
was there any difference between you coming from UK and, you know?
You have to understand that I have never cut roots with Nigeria. I've always had things to do with Nigeria. I've always had the opportunity to be out here and learn how things are done, but the implementation of everything I've learned here was always in Nigeria. So I'm like the girl you find on the street eating bully with all the kids and playing ten, and you know, so I am very familiar and very in touch with things where they are.
Let me touch base with you. Let me take you back. What part of Nigeria are you from? Because when you start talking about authentic and all that thing.
No, I'm an authentic Igbo woman. No, I'm from Enugu State. I
don't want to use the word wow.
I'm only wow. Ezioku, Ezigbo,
Yeah, when you said that, I just said, Nigeria. This
Yeah, I'm from Enugu State.
You know, I'm really inspired by your,
thank you.
your boldness.
Thank
You know,
you.
to be the first, female presidential.
No, there was so much she said in that
Yeah.
parliament.
I know the one on your mind, but we can't say it here. You dare not. You dare not say that here.
So, what's your aspiration for Nigeria? What's your dream? What's your big dream for Nigeria?
My big dream for Nigeria is for us to see a country that works, a country where our children can go to school, when the sick people can get treatment in hospitals, where the roads are usable, where the commerce is working. We just need, and it doesn't even take much to achieve all these things. We just have very selfish leaders and very stubborn people too. Seeing how it all went out. So what we have to do now is figure out how to continue to survive and work it out for the next few years, and hopefully put a much better person, me.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I support a female candidate.
Yes, sir.
But then taking you back to your book.
Yeah.
We addressed you as married.
Yes.
I use the word happily married.
Yes.
Mother.
Yes.
You have seen it all.
Yes.
Before we get into the topic of today, tell us a little bit about this book.
The Girl Who Said I Can is basically my life story from when I was born. I mean, as much as I could remember until even into the presidency, the presidential race. Like, I wrote it up until January, February, before we released it. I mean, considering that it was edited and all, so let's say January, then the editing and stuff. So it was my life story up until January 2019. And there I was telling everybody that it's not only the ones born with silver spoons that make it in life. Even those of us who were born in the ghettos, who had it very difficult, like Jonathan did, you know, even those of us, as long as you keep working hard, you keep being good and doing the right things and putting the right kind of knowledge in yourself and then building the network you need, there's hardly anything you couldn't achieve if you set your heart to it. So a lot of the difficulties I faced, I put it out there. Some of the abuses I went through too, I put it out there. Some of the successes too, so that especially young Nigerians, because my primary target are people between the ages of 14 and 30. I really want to give them hope, because Nigeria gives you that sense of despondency. There's just too much hopelessness in the air. So I really wanted to give the younger generation hope that, look, just set your heart to whatever it is you're doing. Keep surviving, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. Exactly. There's more of Eunice out there. There are more of us who have gone through the worst and are still going through so many difficulties now. But at the end of the day, we will get the opportunity we are looking out for in order to make things a lot easier for your generation. So that's basically what I'm doing with the book, telling my story and using my story to help younger Nigerians hold fast onto what is coming, because I believe the future is so much brighter for us.
Your story, going back to
So in your manifesto, you mentioned something about special needs, children, school, and disability.
Yes. Not just even the manifesto, even the constitution of NIP, we reserved 30% of all our intakes to go into helping the less privileged, the less opportune amongst us, sending people to school on scholarships, particularly our, I don't like using the word disabled, our people with, I don't know how to put it, that it doesn't really demean them.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Your children who have disabilities, whether they are blind or having autism or whatever, special needs. Thank you for that word. That's what I was looking for. You know, to give them the opportunity to at least have a life that is close to what they could have had if they had everything else. So
do you know, sorry to cut you short, do you know that's what the Golden Pot is all about?
You haven't told me.
Well, I'll tell you before you continue, because we have so much to talk about in this book. The Golden Pot is basically what you described. These children that with disability, children that cannot afford to go to school, orphans and all that, we have their names in the pot. A few that were sent to us from Nigeria from schools, and some, not just children actually, there's some widows that cannot afford, and there's some fathers, like for instance, there's this farmer, he's from Togo, but he lives in Nigeria, married a Nigerian woman. His children cannot go to school because they can't. But these people, we are not giving them we're not giving the children scholarship,
Okay.
but we'll give, it's like empowerment.
Okay.
Give the woman
Okay.
a small amount, set up a business for her,
Yeah.
to then see if she can provide for those kids to go to.
children.
Yeah. But then the most important one now is children that cannot go to school because of school fees. So their names are all in this
I
pot.
see.
And also in this pot, we have the names of the people that donate.
Okay.
Yeah, one section of the pot is the people that donate to us.
Okay.
The other section is the people that
Are
are
supposed to
that
get
gain
the-
from
okay,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of this show,
Yes.
we will dig in, and
Okay.
any name we pick out, that person will get scholarship for the year from us.
Hopefully
That's
from
what
the
we
pot
do.
of the needy. On the side of the pot where the needy are coming
Yes,
from.
yes.
Okay.
So your charity,
Yeah.
I don't know how you okay, your party
Yes.
funds this charity, or is it personally funded? How?
For now, it's personally funded.
Okay.
Our party doesn't have money. Our party, hey.
No small party in
I'm
Nigeria.
telling you,
No
we don't have
upcoming
money.
small party in
fact,
Nigeria has
the
money.
party is owing tens of millions right now.
I believe you. I believe you.
So
I believe
our
you.
party doesn't have money, but we do
Yes.
have members of the party who
Yeah.
once in a while bring things out and want to help other
Yes.
people. And yeah, we look out for women, we look out for young children, we look out for men too, but
Yes.
abused men as well,
Abused,
because
that's
they
the
do.
word,
We do
yes.
have quite a number
Yes,
of abused men.
yes,
You
yeah.
see that they are quite very amazing. There
Yeah.
are quite a lot of men that the women are
Oh,
dealing
yes.
with
Oh, yeah.
in Nigeria,
Exactly.
and you
Yeah.
would not even believe some of the stories we have come across. And then most recently, because I released my book, a lot of young people have been reaching out with stories about how they
were
almost
almost
committed suicide but stopped because they have seen
Same
that
death.
some of the things they are dealing with, I have
I've
dealt
dealt with
with, and I'm
this.
out there, and it looks like my
Yeah.
life has always been normal. So, and then you have those that have been abused, whether they were molested as children or raped or beaten up by spouses. And that. So you have a lot of those people reaching out, and then somehow some of them also need more than just talk. So
Yes.
we try as much as possible to like bring them in, provide a training for them, and try and see if there are ways we can fix them so that they can start at least earning something for themselves. We try not to give money out, because most times when you give money to people, they just spend it
Oh,
and
yes.
on
Oh, yes.
anything, and then
Oh, yeah.
at the end of the day you haven't helped them.
Yeah.
So we try to develop them, give them skills, give them opportunities,
Empowerment, yeah.
talk with them and share our real life experiences, the struggles we have faced and how
Yeah.
we conquered. Share with them, and then some of them actually feel so much stronger. Of course, there are the ones that came there to extort
extort
you,
you,
and
yeah,
then they
and
see
what
that there's no
they
money
can't-
coming, and they're like, I
just,
beg,
yeah,
leave this
leave
one.
one, yeah.
But those ones that are sincerely after encouragement and opportunities to expand their minds, we work very closely with them, and we
Wow.
try our best to
Wow.
meet regularly. Even if we can't meet physically, we meet online and chat and try and exchange
Wow,
ideas.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And this takes
Wow.
us back now to the topic of today. Bisola Dakola
That color, yeah.
and the pastor Koza. If it's
Pastor
real,
Factor in my
if it
dear,
is true, we
Yeah.
don't know. If it's false, we don't know. But
finish.
But
My body is doing bad.
I know. That's why, you know, you heard when I got you on the phone, you saw how I was screaming. I screamed because it's like a story you would tell us exactly live.
Absolutely.
And you're bold enough to tell it.
Yes.
Because she told her story, and somehow she got condemned by some people,
Yes.
you know. Personally, I believe her,
Yes.
and I'm publicly saying I believe her.
Yes.
But she got condemned. But can you tell us exactly? Because I know, you know this thing they call rape or sexual harassment or domestic whatever. It puts you into a big mess. When I say mess, there's at least 20 or 30 things associated with it that sometimes the suicide you mentioned, that's what took me to that. You mentioned suicide. You don't have, you lost interest in life.
Yeah.
How were you able to?
For me, I think it just I'm a very optimistic person, so by nature, I will be looking for the silver lining in every dark cloud. And I think that's what helped me through my own experiences. I just kept telling myself, there is a better tomorrow. You just have to figure out how to stay through till that tomorrow comes. And I do believe, Bisola, 100%, like absolutely 100%. If there's anything higher than 100%, I believe her. Why? Because what does she have to gain?
That's the thing.
Coming out to say that this man molested me and raped me as a young girl, what does she have to gain? She has absolutely nothing to gain. There's no benefit to her for speaking up. Yeah? And then number two, I have been through it. So I know exactly how you would doubt yourself, how you would refuse to believe that you went through that, it happened to you, how you don't even want to talk about it because you are just afraid. And then you are blaming yourself for everything because somehow we think it's our fault. It has to be my fault. If I hadn't come down with my 90 instead of dressing up first, maybe he wouldn't have done it. If I had just stayed upstairs and just called, hey, Pastor, what? Maybe he wouldn't have done it. If I had come down and when he was doing it, I was fighting back, maybe he wouldn't. You would keep telling yourself several things that if I hadn't, maybe. But it's all a lie. They are beasts. They molested you because they are evil, not because you did anything wrong. Whether you were wearing mini skirts or no clothes at all. When you say no, a responsible man will leave you alone.
No is no.
No is no.
Is no.
And if it is even, I don't know, a responsible man would leave you alone.
Exactly, because you're not sure.
You're not sure. Why would you have sex with somebody who is not sure? And then these are even the almost adult kind of children. Even at 7, my uncle, I don't even know, they'll be fingering you. They'll be touching you in ways they have no business touching. Could you even say no or yes to those ones? No. You don't even have the opportunity to say yes or no. So these men are evil. We have women who do similar things to young boys. But honestly, I think the gravity of the effect, the consequences on the women is triple what could possibly happen to the men. Somehow, I just think when I speak with the men who have been through such, sometimes it's just a fun thing for them. When they talk about it, they don't feel like they were molested.
Exactly.
It's just a few who feel, oh my God, she messed me up. But you don't see them carrying on that, I don't know, they took something from me feeling with them. But the women are always devastated. I know a lot of who have committed suicide. I know some who till today can't even have sex comfortably. Some got pregnant in the process, of removing the baby, lost their wombs. Some of them can never have children, all because some man who had sex with them when they didn't want it, impregnated them, and then because the abortion is not legal, they went into the quack doctor's offices and got abortions which took their womb. So like the effect, when you look at it sometimes, you're heartbroken. And even people like me who came through on the other side and are like, oh my God, I can't believe I went through that. There's always that feeling of, my God, you know that person took away something from you. You are struggling with the pain all your life, like the humiliation of it, the violation, it stays with you. No matter how hard, no matter how much you feel, okay, I've dealt with it, I'm good. There's still a time when people talk about it and you're like, Kai, man, it still hurts. And then sometimes you actually go through all those, especially those physically abusive words, and you literally feel the pains all over. Like when Busala was talking, I literally went back to where I was, and I was like, God, you could feel everything again. And it's going to be with you till the end of your life. All because some men refuse to take no. Or they feel it's their right. Okay, he said that you should be grateful. I was the one that did this to you, man of God.
So another thing is, when is rape considered rape?
Because rape
especially when some married couple.
It is rape.
To me, that's what it is.
No, it's no. If you say
if I tell my husband I don't want to have sex and he forces sex of me, I'm calling the police. I'm absolutely picking up the phone. I'm calling the police into my house. And you know what? They will check you and they will see that this is not consensual sex and he's going behind bars. He knows. If I say I don't want to do, if you touch me, I'll report you. So there is nothing like she was married and it was her husband.
What I brought that up is our society back home in Nigeria.
Yes. They say there's no raping.
Yeah, after all, I paid your bride price.
No, my darling, it's not just the society. When I went through mine, I went to the police with all the tattered clothes and everything, hoping that they'll quickly take evidence to go and catch the man out red-handed. Hey, you enter a room, and you come on your clothes.
That's another thing.
And you bathed, and then you came out and you wore your clothes again, and he didn't touch you, and now, I beg. In fact, we'll put you behind bars because now you find trouble. Now you go find that. Now you go enter a room.
That's
you go.
Nigerian police.
And you're like, my God, look at me. Like, red eyes, everything. Look. Just do something no matter what. The only thing we'll do here now is put you in this cell now. You had to run away from the police station because they've turned it against you. They haven't even seen the man. So imagine if they see the man and he's a rich man and he gives them 10,000 naira there and then.
Close.
Whatever he wants them to do to you, they will do to you. So it's not just when it comes to married women with their husbands that you see the society misbehaving. Even with the single girls that have no business being raped, the society will still take side with the man,
and they'll stigmatize them.
Oh, God bless you. I was just going to that. I was just coming to the fact that even while Busola's case was like going on, and it was the rave, and several people were coming out and standing with her, there was a huge number of people who were abusing her,
especially the church members.
The church members, and they're mostly women, surprisingly. Mostly women. Like some of the people who said the most horrible things online, especially on my platform, WhatsApp platform, social media generally. They were mostly women. And I used to think, my God, like, and you know the funny thing is, some of those women I even know have gone through sexual abuse before. So in my head, I'm like, what's wrong? And then they'll come privately and tell you, I beg. I know if you talk the one way they go here. Talk saying I mean talk. So it's just the fear of what others would say that make people say some of the most horrible things or take the most horrible positions when it comes to abuses of sexual abuse and things like that. Honestly, I don't understand it. We had a lot of high-profile Nigerians who were saying that Busola's value had dropped. That this stigma she has brought to the public has made her now to look downgraded. Like, what? Are you okay? So in other words, I shouldn't run for the presidency because I was sexually abused. In other words, I shouldn't work hard to be the best lawyer on earth because I was sexually abused. In other words, the work I do for you is no longer top notch because I was sexually abused. In other words, Oprah Winfrey is downgraded because she was What's wrong with you people? Our society, we are too busy with the hypocrisy. We are not facing the issues. We are not ready to deal with the issues and help our people. And I want to change that. I have to change that.
Fantastic. That's why I call you the women voice for women.
Yeah.
She's the voice for women. I'm telling you that. I am so proud of her.
Thank you.
And the other one is our youngest senator, 41 years old, from Kaduna State.
Adamawa. From Adamawa.
I mean from Adamawa, sorry. Yes. Elisha Abo, that's his name.
Christian boy.
I'm telling you.
That's the painful part.
Do you know, I was so shocked when he was tendering the apology.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, the Christ in me. I said, oh my God, I didn't even know he's Christian.
Christian boy, young man, wonderful family, and he went to embarrass all the young politicians in Nigeria like that.
But you know, he said he also, somewhere I read that it was done before he became a senator.
No, this was done this year. He was already elected. They hadn't been sworn in.
That's what I tried to argue that, and they said that was before, and that but I was expecting him to say it in his apology speech.
No, it wasn't before. It's before he was sworn in, but it wasn't before he was elected. I think it was sometime between that March election and the swearing in.
Because I was wondering, why are the police and all those security following him? And then he was ordering them.
No, but I think he has always been around the corridors of power because you could see that he was endorsed by Atiku, and you could see that he was already in some elections in 2015 and all that. So it may be that he probably always had access to police and whatever, but that's beside the point. You don't go in beating up women for what? No matter how drunk you are, you just don't go beating up women. You don't even go beating up anybody, then women. But now, and then they find out that the girl itself hadn't even been the one. She hadn't done
I know.
anything.
She wasn't even the one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then,
gonna take it easy now.
you know, descended on her. But I'm very happy about the way, especially people like Atiku came out like immediately.
Yeah.
Bombarded him. They called him. He's going through police prosecution. The PDP people are querying him. The Senate is querying him.
That's good.
Everybody descended on him,
Yes.
and it kind of gives hope because even though Atiku is from the same place as our current president,
yes.
he's doing the things that a reasonable person should do. You don't go shaking Ganduje and raising his hand up and, you know, rigging elections in his favor when you already caught him red-handed, taking bribes on camera. And then he's telling you that they need to check to see the authenticity of the camera before we will discuss it. So there's a lot of things that I think Atiku has done right. But unfortunately, we are where we are with our politics in Nigeria. And like I said, the best thing is to always prepare your mind and just focus on what's here now and think about how you make it better. I've stopped worrying about the 2019 elections.
Yes.
Now I'm worrying about how we will survive and prevent these Ruga problems we are seeing every day, prevent this land and annihilation and kidnapping and banditry. And if we can't prevent it, at least get ready to defend ourselves, because this is like a big obviously attempt to take away land from the southern people of Nigeria.
I don't even want to go into the Ruga subject.
No, but it's the truth.
But,
like, these are the things
know?
that one thinks about now, and I'm like, okay, we need to get our people to like shine their eyes, because this president, we have no idea what his real priorities are, what his real goals are, and politically, I think we've been set back like 40, 50, 60 years even, truly.
Well, we continue. Can we get back to the Golden Port?
Okay.
Can you please, Grace, pick and let's know who the winner is?
Okay.
And then I probably will say a little bit about the young person or people.
Okay.
Shuffle well, don't go and cheat. And don't take from the rich people pot. Careful, don't take from better make sure it's a very needy one.
Come right back.
No cheating here.
Okay. Is it the winner? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's say the winner is.
The winners.
The winners. Yeah, it's more than one.
Reina
Nwachukwu, 13 years old.
Okay.
And Mariana Nwachukwu, 10 years old.
Okay.
They're from Lily Child School in Lagos.
Okay.
Lily Child.
Lily Child. Yeah.
Lily Child.
Yeah.
Lagos.
Lily Child. I think I know the story of these children.
Okay.
Their parents, when we were planning on this Golden Port, we contacted Nigeria to give us some names and all that. And they gave us a name, Rena's name. And Rena's name appeared, and they just said, oh, Rena is 13. But the time we got this message, the sister's 10. But the sister was in school, but Rena wasn't because of lack of school funding, yes. So now, about 3 days later, they then sent us a message that their only parent alive, the mother, just passed on.
Oh, wow.
And this was 3 days ago.
Oh.
And you see how God is.
Oh, wow.
So now, Rena and Mariana, they're now our first scholarship.
Bless them. Bless them.
Bless them.
Bless you too.
Thank you.
Bless you.
So the story about this Golden Port, we have to support them, at least pay their school fees for 1 year.
Yep.
Both of them. So we'll contact the school and then get the information. And by the ways, we don't give the money to the children or their parents. We pay direct to the school. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So congratulations, you girls. And what will I even say? How do I start? You're in mourning. The parents are not there anymore. They've just become orphan. I am terribly sorry, and I don't know you in person, Rena and Mariana, but hopefully we'll get to meet you one of these days, and you'll stay blessed. But before we round off, my lady,
yes,
can you please advise my viewers, or should I say our viewers?
Our viewers.
Yes. Address our viewers politically and otherwise.
Okay, politically, we need the help of the diaspora, absolutely. Like, there's so much wrong with us in Nigeria, and there's so much knowledge and technicalities that we can import from the diaspora to Nigeria, and we need it. We may not be able to get into the politics the way it is today because it's not free and fair, but we can, on the brings, do a lot to help those who are able to find their way into some of the parties or circles where they can get the support. I'll probably find my way in there because, like I say, I go out there with an open mind and I'm ready to work with everybody, good, bad, ugly, because that's what the world gives us. We must make a way in our hearts to work fairly for the people, working with all these kind of people we must work with. So I'll probably find my way in there. And what I'm saying is there is hope. There is so much hope in there. No matter how dark the clouds get, there is that silver lining, and we have to keep our hearts open that someday, hopefully in the very near future, things will start to move in such a way that all of us will be happy to go back home and build that nation that we know is possible.
Amen. And how can someone support your charity and buy this book also?
My book is available on Amazon, so you can always go into Amazon and buy the book. I give out a lot, thousands of copies to young Nigerians between the ages of 14 and 30. Yeah. So if you do want to support and help us to produce more books to give out, it's usually 5,000, but when you're buying a lot to give out to your community or schools or whatever the charities are or the foundations you work with are, we'll give a huge discount. So you're literally just buying and then sending the transportation and then distributing to them. So you can do that by contacting me on social media. I'm on all the handles, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere as at Eunice_Atuejide, EUNICE_Atuejide. Now you can also WhatsApp me for information on +234 8144. What's the number again? 6272. +234 814424 6272. That's the WhatsApp number where you can send requests, and then we can get back to you and see how you can help us produce more so we can give to more children. A lot of people do get more hopeful after listening to some of the exchanges we have or sharing with us, and it would be nice to give so many more books out to young Nigerians, ages 14 to 30 mostly, but if we have older who are really interested, we're happy to give to. Thank you.
Interesting. Wow. You, lady, Eunice, you're an inspiration.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad to meet you.
Thank you.
You're
very
welcome.
Very happy to meet you too. Thank you.
So, moving on. This is our pot, golden pot. And as my co-host mentioned, is charity. Everything donated is going to the person that basically will win the show of that day. We're going to be doing this every week. It's going to be 4 times a week. And we just here, we are pleading and asking anybody who can do something, for these poor children in Nigeria. It's very easy to leave home and forget all about what is happening. But in 2017, I went home, I traveled to Nigeria, and by the time I got to the airport, that is after experiencing everything, being everywhere, being to the east, some part of Nigeria, being everywhere to the northern part of Nigeria, spent some time in Lagos, went out, met people. As I was sitting waiting for my flight, I was just reflecting, and I started crying.
Yeah.
I started crying. People are suffering in Nigeria. People who even have parents, mother and father alive, they are suffering.
True.
Children are not in school. A lot of children are not in school. They're on the streets hawking,
yes.
selling things,
Yes.
selling what peanuts,
Yes.
and a lot of them are being exploited.
Yes.
Some people just take advantage of the homeless. Homeless ones, yes, and also the orphans.
Yes.
Just for food, you send a child to the street. A child is supposed to be in school studying for their future.
Too. I actually hopped eggs and pork.
I tell you, this is what she's everything. You know, when you want to say, I wish I'm in your shoes. In as much as you say that shoe is not fantastic, but I want to tell that story as you know, I was once there.
Many years I was one of those kids who was carrying stuff on their head, going up and down and bringing small change home. So
yeah, but it gets worse when you don't even have any help.
Yes.
No mother, no father.
Yes.
Nobody. You know, so please, we're pleading, we're using this media to appeal to anybody, everybody who wishes to support our charity. Please, you can give us a call. You can call Malin, call myself, and see how you can donate. And we're going to bring you updates. We're going to let you know how it's going. We're going to, you know.
You can follow us on Instagram, The Golden Pot.
Yeah.
You can also follow us on Facebook, The Golden Pot, and www.thegoldenpot.org. So, and once we're ready, the telephone numbers, everything. This is our first show, and my lady here happens to be our first guest. And we are so privileged to have her on board.
Yes.
And that's because her story is our story, and our story is your story. So please, just do what you can. We'll be everywhere, everywhere. Just expect to see this golden pot everywhere. If you're having a party, expect to have this golden pot. If you're in church, this golden pot is coming. Yes. So because this time around is by fire by force. You know, we've had it. All this raping that is going on, the kidnapping, the raping, the ritual, you know, killings of innocent children and all that has to stop. You know, so whether it's rumors or whether it's facts, we are coming to your doorstep. On this note, we must say thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful.
Thank you very much. My name is Mystic Marlene, still Mystic Marlene, and my co-host
Grace Echetayogo. I'm a UK Nollywood actress.
Yes, I didn't actually introduce her. No, next show we'll talk about you next show, not this show. And on this note, we say good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.